What Marx did, he saw the problem. They saw the same problem. The problem was there. What Marx saw was a real problem. He was a post-industrial England. He lived in England for a while when a lot of his writing was in England. And what he saw is this industrial growth and a lot of wealth being created and a lot of people displaced from the countryside to work in factories. We're about to go into Christmas season, right? Here's an interesting fact. Karl Marx wrote, his grand writing book called Capital at the same time as Charles Dickens wrote The Christmas Carol. They were writing at the same time about the same thing in the same city. Think about that. And what Marx did, he saw the problem. They saw the same problem. The problem was there. But what Marx did, he saw it as a material problem. And what Charles Dickens saw, if you remember the tale, obviously he's a storyteller. It was a spiritual problem. There was ghosts visiting this guy, right? There was, Tiny Tim was the oppressed class, and Ebenezzer Scrooge was this greedy guy, right? So that's what they saw. They saw the same thing. So he tells this story, but the Dickens story is a spiritual story where Ebenezzer Scrooge gets transformed actually through the spiritual realm, if you think about it, right? And he's changed. Now, Karl Marx, he saw it differently. What he saw that there's a class struggle, right? So at the time, it was the proletariat, which is the working class, and the bourgeoisie, which is the people in charge. So let's put it that way, in broad strokes. And what he saw is that it was a binary zero-sum game, which basically means this class, for it to do better, let's say the proletariat, this class, the bourgeoisie, has to lose. So he saw everything through this class struggle. Put a pin in that, and we'll come back to it in the American experience. Number two, the moral truth of how objectively to see the world is assigned to this enlightened elite. And of course, Karl Marx represented the enlightened elite plus the people he gathered around him. So there's people sort of speaking into this, and they assign to themselves this objective truth. We see the world as it is, and we see the problems that they are, and we have the solution. Okay, number three. And also, that excludes religion immediately. So truth is not in faith. It doesn't have this holistic view of the world, of the human being. For example, as Christians, we believe human beings were created in the image, we're image bearers of God, of a loving God who created everything, and it informs the way we see the world, the way we act. We are subject to the authority, let's say, of Scripture, of God. We follow authority. Now, what Marx wanted to do is he is the authority, and the people that agree to him are the authority. They're the enlightened elite. Does that sound familiar?